This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Sit here with me. Body of the eye. Shorty got that body of the eye. No time, set up, going through my palms, stand on when they don't know my size. Big boom size, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. That's my high.
Along the lakefront, a look there at Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Chicago Bears. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. We welcome you. That's the punter, Ethan Evans, to get this started. Off we go from Soldier Field. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the second straight year. #1 pick of the 2024 draft. It's Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you.
Caleb Williams inside the 20. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bears. You talk about a quarterback getting things done with his legs. Everything covered downfield, but they couldn't cover him as he went down the field for a touchdown.
Mike, sometimes as a defensive coordinator, you just can't prepare for everything. In this case, you have the play defended perfectly. Passing lanes are all taken away. Everyone in coverage is where they're supposed to be. So what does the quarterback do? He tucks the ball away, and he takes it the distance for 6. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here, this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
The Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56. The #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
Well, not an ideal situation to start this game off, Mike. I mean, the smoke from the pregame festivities were still lingering in the air, and you find yourself down a score. You don't have to necessarily go for the quick strike. Whatever your plan was coming into this game, stick to it. Of course, they didn't plan on falling behind this quickly. There was a long game ahead of them. Just get back on track. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Stafford on target to Puka, and the Rams have a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Now a first down throw for Stafford. That's to the sideline and hauled in by Smith. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's...
That'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. He's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position. So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
3rd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. But I don't think he knows yet that this one is coming back.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So, a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Quick throw on a slant, taken in by Smith. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
1st down grab, the first of the game for Adams.
Ready. 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Stafford on target to Puka, and the Rams have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up
2nd and a yard.
at the 7-yard line.
On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
Stafford's pass intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Rams come up with the recovery.
play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Play action now for Stafford. This is caught at the 2. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession. And
he barrels his way into the end zone. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, L.A. Stafford brings the Rams to the line. They'll try to get 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try to run for it with Williams. And he's not going to make it to the end zone. The defense stands tall. They're going to hold on to their leads at 8-6. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. He'll start at the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Bears off to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
That's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
On third down, it's Williams.
More of the same right here, and you can see the numbers. They're really starting to pile up for the quarterback, especially on the ground here in the first half, Mike. And he takes off running. You can feel everyone kind of hold their breath, both in terms of him being electrifying, but also the fact that they want to make sure he's not taking any unnecessary shots.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. For the big rookie out of Michigan, Holston Loveland. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on fourth down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay.
And this one caught along the sideline, I say, already out of bounds. Wow. Throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, so it'll be no catch and second down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Loveland open right side. He's got it. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. 3rd and 11. What is that? Throw it again. It's Williams.
And he did everything he could. He's trying to keep this play alive, but there's just too much penetration from this defensive front, and they end up taking him down behind the line.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. Escaping to his left. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Not only did they convert on 4th down, they picked up a quarter of the field, a gain of 25. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Swift, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better. And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. That's taken in. And he's in. Holston Loveland. Touchdown, Chicago.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. The ball comes out. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. DeAndre Swift, touchdown, Bears. Williams now going to bring up the Bears, and they will go for 2. Here's Williams. This is Hunt. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get forward for about a yard. T.J. Edwards there on the stop.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball. And it'll bring up third down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to be fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Throw on the run is complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup, 21. So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. Forced out left, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Rams come up with the recovery. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
And he's taken down up past the 35. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
First and 10.
Stafford now on first down. Open man downfield is Smith. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Halftime coming up, and we'll take it out to Scott Hanson. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here comes a return from the 5. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught downfield by Smith. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Throwing, Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good Here's Stafford. Toward the sideline, taken in by Adams.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
Here's 1st and 10. Blue 16. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
A gain of 2.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. But now a marker comes flying in late behind the line of scrimmage. Might we get a roughing the passer call here?
Automatic first down.
A first down throw for Stafford. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, like not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
And he will get into the end zone. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rams.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half.
Makes the score Bears 24, Rams 13.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Williams.
The pass. Brought down back at the 27.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They will run it over center with Swift. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Akello Witherspoon up to make the tackle.
42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 6. Williams. And we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit. Stafford now to throw on 1st down. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And It's incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen,
the pressure gets home. He's lost the football. The Bears have it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Rams 13.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Rams offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
1st down, Stafford on the run to the right. Now he takes off, and he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Montez Sweat. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Unloads downfield looking for Nakua.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
They're gonna go. It's Stafford. That's made there. That's Smith. And this is gonna backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on down. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Loveland open right side. He's got it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's a handoff, and Swift running right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Second and 10.
What is up?
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21.
What is up?
They'll run. It's Swift. And he's able to fight through one tackle here and pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
What is up?
Another run here. Another run by Swift. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go. I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And he'll take this one in. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Chicago. Williams now going to bring up the Bears, and they will go for 2. To throw is Williams. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown. But now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, this is Blake Corum. The Rams offense ready for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield. Complete. Ooh. Still going. Puka Nakua. And he will dive into the end zone. 76 yards. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now a flip to the kicker. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't. They come away with nothing on the extra point. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. He'll return this from the 10. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. From the 41, here's 2nd and 9.
At the 41-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Williams. Now he'll run. Caleb Williams. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Caleb Williams. Touchdown there. And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short because they're going to stay out and go for 2. To throw, it's Williams. This is hot. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The shotgun, it's Stafford. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
2nd down, it's Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Stafford now on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Smith. And he is out of bounds.
When you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far that has proven to not be the case.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing again is Stafford. Got a man downfield. It's Devontae. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That is a big gainer for the Rams. And even 30 yards. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal.
Ready.
Stafford to throw again. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
The extra point try forthcoming. Oh, a flip It's a fake. And he's going to take this into the end zone. I wasn't sure we'd ever see a fake extra point again, but this one works. So instead of 1, they get 2. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him. Omar Speights. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive. Williams to throw on second down. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. 3rd and a long way to go. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Now the timeout Rams, that's number 2. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. They'll indeed go.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has 2 options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
Stafford now on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Adams. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. Here's a handoff to Williams. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
So this one in the win column for the Bears. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end,